Welcome back. We are having our third and final conversation for the morning, and this one is all about the Run for Jaguars event that is going to take place in November. We are joined by Roxanne Lemus, and she is the lead zookeeper over at the Belize Zoo, as well as Fernando Oliva, and he is the marketing and sales manager at Travelers Liquors. Good morning, guys, and welcome.
Morning.
Thank you. All right, so we are here talking about the second annual Run for Jaguars event. Let's talk about the significance of the initiative and why we are having Run for Jaguars for the protection of jaguars here in Belize.
So the Run for Jaguars, we are doing it at the zoo in commemoration for the International Jaguar Day, which is celebrated on November 29th, usually, but we are doing the race the Sunday closest to that date. And it is to celebrate the largest wildcat in the Americas and to raise awareness of the threats that these magnificent cats face, not only here in Belize, but globally. So it draws attention to, like the importance of protecting jaguar corridors and their habitat in the wild.
It's interesting because for many people who live in the rural areas of the country, they who are perhaps farmers of livestock and other stuff see jaguars as pest animals because they prey on the livestock, right?
Yes.
How do we change the narrative in terms of being able to appreciate this species and preserve these animals, or conserve these animals, as it were, as opposed to saying, well, look, we have our livelihood that we need to take care of, and we make our money, or we tend to our family by raising these animals that these cats prey on.
So, and that is a huge issue that we face here, and it's because of all the habitat loss. It's difficult for these cats to compete with healthier cats. So at the zoo right now, currently we house 10 jaguars. We have a human jaguar conflict program at the zoo that started back in 2003 because of the same reasons for people seeing these cats, that are coming in to their area and going after their livelihood, like you rightly said. But we work along with the forest department, and they have programs that they help farmers to deter the cats from their area. So like they've done like motion lights to deter them from the area. They also have incorporated having donkeys in the cows, so that can deter the jaguars from their area and going from.
So forgive me, donkeys and jaguars don't get along?
Because of the noise.
Jaguars don't prey on donkeys?
Because of the noise that they make, it scares them. They've had people that have tried it, and it has been working for them. But yeah, we still get a lot of calls from problematic jaguars. But you would think that, like if we get a call from a jaguar that is causing trouble out there, that we would go and get the jaguar, but that's not how it works. There is first the forest department that goes out, set camera traps, and make sure that it's that jaguar that is consistently causing that problem. Because sometimes jaguars are just transiting from one area to another. It's not necessarily they're the ones going after your cattle. And then when they come to the zoo, what we've noticed is most of them are older cats. They already have a lot of problems. So we have cats that come with missing canines. For jaguars, their canines are very important because
that's what they eat.
That's how they prey on their food. So they would use their canines to hunt. So them missing that part is very vital for them. So also we have cats that come with injuries on their eyes. So all of those little problems there makes it more difficult for them to survive and go for their normal prey. So then they go for easier prey also.
So the idea of Run for Jaguars, let's talk about the objective of this initiative to bring people out to spread awareness about the protection of jaguars, this endangered cat. Let's talk about it.
So yeah, so the idea came about last year. So last year was our first year. It was a huge success. We had about 140 runners that came in and joined us, and we also had a lot of sponsors, and that helps raise awareness because you get like a group of people that come together, and you talk about the threats that these jaguars face in the wild. For the race, we usually do like a short ceremony, and then we have our conservation manager would usually do like a small presentation to talk about the conservation of these cats.
Now we have with us Fernando, and you're here in the capacity of marketing and sales manager over at Travelers Liquors. Let's talk about Travelers' involvement in the Run for Jaguars initiative.
So we're doing our corporate responsibility to our country, especially to the zoo and our big cat, the jaguars. We just literally feel that it is needed for the company to sponsor this initiative. And I want to piggyback on what Roxy said earlier about the jaguars. Most of these jaguars that are farmers call problem jaguars are most of the time injured by same humans. People go hunting and they shoot the jaguar, they shoot off a canine, and when you find these jaguars, you find pellets in them, and they're inflicted by humans, by hunters. So most of the time, it's the same farmers that go hunting catch the jaguars by mistake. I would assume it's by mistake, not intentionally. And well, they stay in the area and around their farm, and well, they're injured, so they need to go hunt easy prey, and that's their cattle that they have. So that's the one of the main issue that we have with the problem jaguars. On the corporate side, as a company, as I said, it is our responsibility to give back to our country and community, and this is one of the many ways that we do it. Last year we did it, and the idea was to have a pond for one of the jaguars, and that was successful. I think you saw the pond earlier in the video. And this year we want to improve other initiative for the jaguars at the zoo.
Wonderful. All right. Well, I know that the event is scheduled for November, but registration starts October 6th.
So registration is open.
Okay.
So if you visit totaltimebelize.com, you get more information on the race there. So registration is open. It will close
October 6th.
Yeah. And the reason for us closing the registration early is because every runner that participates would get a custom-made medal, and they get shirts if they pay for an entry with shirt. So there are two categories of the race. So there is a 5K and there is a 10 miles. So the 5K is, if you're not that active but you still want to, participate, you can do that. You can walk. You don't necessarily need to run the 5K, but as long as you finish the race, you get your finisher medal. The 10 miles, most people that sign up for that is because they've been running for a good while. So last year we had about 70 persons that signed up for the 5K. Our youngest runners were 5 and 6 year old. So it's for everyone. It's, you can come out with your family and do the activity and then stay and visit the zoo after, because the zoo will be opened after the race. But yeah, so registration ends October 6th. We're closing that. There's also a virtual option to do it. So if you can't make it to the zoo, you can still register and run wherever you are, even if it's in your house, on your treadmill, as long as you clock in the distance that you register for. You get your medal, so it will be shipped to you.
Is there a cost to join the run?
Yes, so there is an entry with, if you pay entry with a t-shirt, it's 50 Belize dollars. And then if you don't want the t-shirt, then it's 40 Belize dollars that you pay to enter the race.
Alrighty, and the race starts 5:30.
5:30, you pick up your bibs, so you get a running number and your chip. So it's timed, it's professionally timed, so you have a chip on your shoe that you wear, and that gives you your exact time. So 5:30, you pick up all your little bag that you get with tokens and your running bib. And then at 6 o'clock, we take off with the 10 miles, and then at 6:30 is the 5K because of the distance is way shorter. And along the course, we will have water station so that the runners can keep hydrated.
Wonderful. All right. Well, I don't know if you want to highlight any other sponsors that are a part of the Run for Jaguars initiative at this time.
Yes. So I have my list here so that I don't miss anyone. But yeah, so Travelers is our presenting sponsor. So big shout out to Travelers. Last year, they were the first ones, when we came up with the idea, they jumped on it quickly and said, we want to be the presenting sponsor. This year, the same thing. So they're our presenting sponsor. Then we have our gold sponsors. We have World Wildlife Fund, Pantera, and the Forest Department. Then we have our silver sponsors, the Foundation for Wildlife Conservation. We have our timing sponsor, Alaya Autograph Collection Hotels. And then we also have our patron sponsors, which are Troop 27, Santa Elena Jaguar Scouts. So they will be volunteering on the water station. So they play a big role in the race, because if we don't have the volunteers to service the runners, then we will get in trouble, because you can't run and don't get hydrated. We also have this year, we have Southern Emergency Services, so we will have an ambulance on standby. So they'll be there. They've partnered with us to do the medical for us in case we run into any trouble with anyone that is not feeling well during or after the run. Our graphic designer, Dalhart McFadden. So he has been tremendous in helping us with all the graphics, designing the medal, the t-shirts. Also, he did it for us last year, so he jumped on doing it this year. So shout out to him for helping us with that.
Alrighty. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to hearing about the second annual Run for Jaguars and to see the public come out to support Jaguars here in Belize.
Thank you.
See you guys there, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alrighty, we're going to take our final break, and when we come back, we wrap things up.